Hi, I'm Sharon Burns, owner and operator at RX Catering in the DC metro area, and we're here to cook with Sharon. So, you guys have been wondering and asking for some more vegetarian or I guess vegan options. Today I have another vegetarian option for you that's going to be quick, easy, and fairly economical. So let's get started. I have curry chickpeas today. And why curry chickpeas? Well, I gave you a couple reasons already, but I also want to explain, as in other recipes that I've actually demonstrated with the benefits of chickpeas, is that it's a fiber. It has so many nutritional nutrients in it. Also, it's filling. It's filling, and it's going to replace that protein that you would typically have as like with a beef or a chicken or even a seafood. So as you see right here, I've already pre-diced some yellow onions. We have a can of chickpeas, which is about 15 ounces. I've already halved some grape cherry tomatoes. And then we have some other garnishes here. I'm going to show you at the end that I have some cut zucchini and then spinach. But as far as the seasonings are, of course, you all know I love garlic. So we got to have garlic. And I've minced some garlics. And this is about, I would say about 3 or 4 cloves that I've already pre-minced. And then curry. A lot of people like curry paste. I use in here a lot of times curry powder because we make a lot of curry chicken. It's just a personal preference. Depends on the brand. You can get a stronger curry taste, flavor. We're going to make this kind of mild today, so you don't have to worry about, if you're trying to disguise these chickpeas for your kids or even that grown adult that doesn't really care for it, never had it, but you want to try something different. If you are a curry fan, you're going to probably love this. And then I have already chopped some basil. And then, of course, we have unsweetened coconut milk and then just regular salt, pepper, and a little bit of white sugar. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to get our pot and take a little bit of olive oil right here. And we're going to take our onions and saute them. One other ingredient that I don't have up here, but we're going to use at the end is you can take a fresh lime. I have lime juice today, but you can also use lime as like lime, just regular concentrated lime juice. So we have our onions that we're going to saute here. And again, this is something you all know that I try to provide some options that for that busy corporate mom that is struggling to balance, life, work, kids, family. Some options for you all that you can cook ahead of time. You can meal prep. This is also going to be a good option for that person who is working out and trying to stay healthy and make sure that they eat the appropriate portion size. So, or, this is just an option for if you want something different and you want to have this on your menu if you have guests over your home and you just want a vegetarian option for them, this is for you. And again, you all know if you don't want to make it at home, we got you covered here. So we're going to continue to saute our onions. Make sure that they're cooked down and translucent. So that's going to take about 5 minutes. And one other thing that you can prep ahead of time, as you see right here, is I use the basmati rice today. So I'm just a big fan of it. It's a different type of rice. You can use a regular white rice. You can use a brown rice. Quite frankly, it's really your own personal preference. And I think that the basmati rice actually pairs really well with curry. So that's the reason why I had it ready. So you can actually cheat. If you don't have basmati rice, in the box, you can go to the grocery store and get the boil in a bag. That's easy. I'm just trying to make some simple options, easy for you at home, so you're not stressing about this. The last thing that you should be doing, because you're busy at work, you're busy just living your life in daily activities, is worrying about what you have to cook. So that's why RX Catering is here. We got you covered. All right, so again, this is on medium heat. We're going to take, I'm going to put in the garlic, minced garlic as well. And then I'm going to add in at this point a little bit of curry right now. And again, this would be the point to where if you wanted to sub out curry paste, you could do that. We're just going to cook this down just a little bit more before we add in our chickpeas and our coconut milk. So this, again, is an option that's going to be, I think, total prep time, cook time, maybe 30 minutes, maybe. So then again, you have something that is easy for you to prepare and you're not stressing. So this is cooking down quite nicely. Just going to let it simmer for a second. I'm going to add in a little bit of, I just want to make sure it's the right, salt. I've both my salt and sugar here. So salt, we're going to add in, and then a little bit of black pepper. It's smelling quite tasty. All right, so I'm going to add in my coconut milk at this time. And I'm going to add in my chickpeas. Again, you want to make sure with the coconut milk that it's unsweetened. I have made that mistake before, trust me. Oh my God, it was horrible. I was cooking curry and it was sweet curry. I'm going to add in my chickpeas. And now one good thing that you can do with this vegetarian option, okay, so we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes, just on medium heat. And I'm going to add in, at this point, the tomatoes as well, so they can cook down nicely with our chickpeas. And not only are our tomatoes healthy, but this is going to add a pop of color in here, as well as I'm going to add in fresh basil at this point. Because all these different fresh ingredients, vegetables, herbs are going to mix into the actual curry and the chickpeas and make everything flavorful. So I've already pre-chopped, like I said, this basil. It smells so good. All right, and we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes. One other thing that you can do at this point, I don't have it today, but with curry, you can add in some potatoes. So while it's actually simmering at this point, this would be the time that you would add in your potatoes. So we're going to let that, like, just chop white potatoes. That's why you see here I have zucchini that I've pre-cut, and then I also have some spinach. So we're going to add the zucchini momentarily, but then the spinach is going to be the last thing we're going to add. Another thing that you can also add, which if I had here today, I definitely would be chopped kale. This is also going to be a great filler. You're going to get more, vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C. Oh my gosh, we have all the vitamins covered with everything that's in here. That's why this is such a great option for you to prepare. You have your protein and you have your vitamins. All the nutrients are right there. I mean, hey, it's so simple, easy. And I'm going to add in just a little bit more curry. You want to have your tasting spoons out. Because we're going to taste this in a moment. And while it is simmering, I'm going to add in just a little bit of lime juice. And I'm going to add in just a little bit of sugar. Just a little. Just for flavor. I'm going to taste it in a second. All right, this is looking really good. Let's see how it's tasting. Okay, I think it needs a little bit of something else. What's that something? I think it's salt. It's a little bit of salt. And I think I need a little bit more pepper. All right, we're going to let this simmer a little bit more, and then at the end, we're going to add in, like, spinach and kale. If you're adding that, you want to make sure that's your last thing that you're adding, because it's going to quickly cook down. So I'm going to add in my zucchini. And again, you could stop at what we've already put in here We've already put in the tomatoes. We put in the fresh basil. You can stop at that point. But I want to load it up with a whole bunch of vegetables because this is going to be a meal for me. Actually, I think I'm going to eat this tonight. So I want to make sure I have everything in here. Oh, wow, that's looking awesome. Let's try this a little bit more. Okay. Let it cook down just a little bit longer, and while it's cooking, I've already set up my plate. And we're just going to take a little bit of, like I said, basmati rice or any type of rice that you may have and prepare our plate. Also, you could put this in a bowl. Just take a regular bowl, put the rice on the bottom, and then top it with our curry. I've just opted for this today just because I want to try to do something a little fancy. All right, so I think we're almost to that point to where we can add in our spinach. So I took fresh baby spinach, and I'm just gonna, as I'm adding, I'm just gonna break it up just a little, just so they're not huge pieces, and put that in. It's gonna cook down quite quickly and nicely, and we have a medley of deliciousness, if I don't say so myself. All right, I think we're rocking and rolling. Again, this is something, like I said, simple and easy that you can do at home, but if you don't want to do it, you already know, at RX Catering, we got you covered. So you can always let us do the work. We just show you how, and we understand if you don't want to do it, because this is what we love to do, because we cook with love. So we are almost finished now. I like my vegetables not completely soft. A lot of times people overcook vegetables. So you get broccoli, for example. That could be added to this too. But for example, broccoli, oh my God, you guys, don't overcook these vegetables because you're taking out all the nutrients. When it's all soft, it should have a little crisp to it, a little, bite where it's not completely soft, but it's not in the raw state. The most beneficial, the most benefit that you'll get from vegetables is in the raw state. So I'm not going to cook this any longer because I want my zucchini and my tomatoes to somewhat hold a lot of the nutritional value. So look, we're done here, and we have some great curry. Now, if you wanted to make it a little bit thicker, that's some people like thicker curry, and that's cool too. You would have your paste, your curry paste. That would make a difference. Now, again, we didn't use curry paste today. Still going to get the great flavor, and you can play around with different types of curry. If you want this a little bit more spicier, we could add in some crushed, you could do crushed red pepper, or you could do like a cayenne actually seasoned. So that'll make it a little spicier. Personal preference, like I said in the beginning, we're going to make this a little mild today. So we are finished. We're just going to plate up so I can eat and enjoy. Again, if you want us to prepare it, we got you covered. Follow us on rxcateringdc.co. And again, thanks for joining us today.